What is up, everybody, and welcome to a new video. Today I am joined by Beth over here, and behind me, blocking the view, is this incredibly smart looking F80 M3 owned by Beth Horsley.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to the channel.
Thank you.
We've done the introduction. This is Beth over here, and her Instagram is somewhere around here, and the company Instagram is somewhere around here. And yeah, here is your F80 M3. For complete transparency, from the get-go, you have only owned this 6 weeks.
Since the 3rd of September.
Today is
Today is the 18th of November.
So not long.
No.
Not long at all. But as you can see, it's not standard anymore. But when you picked it up, it was. So
yeah, it was completely standard, and it just looks like a completely different car now.
It really does. It looks so good with just such minor changes, which is awesome. So should we show them around? You've got the carbon pack on it for one. It's like it's not an M car carbon pack though, is it? This is like a.
So this is all from CT Carbon. Shout out CT Carbon.
Yeah, we'll get some nice up closes of that in a minute. But
all the exterior carbon on it is from them. They are amazing.
Are you friends with them?
Yeah.
Do they do
good
E92 M3 stuff?
I'm pretty sure they do.
Could you put in a kind word?
Of course I can.
Yeah, like it genuinely is really nice looking stuff as well. I have to say, one of my favourite add-on bits of carbon that you've got on here is the side skirts.
Yeah.
I think they look awesome. But we can't miss the big round things that are really changing the look of this beast of a car. And what are these? I know they're obviously BBSs, but what are the models?
So they're 20-inch RS2s.
Right, okay.
And we've got 9s on the front and 10s on the rear.
Let's have a look at them 10s, because they look spicy. Look at the width on these things. Wow, they're so nice. And they look, and probably are, very expensive. Just give us a nod. You haven't got to give us a price. Yeah, I thought so. And you said you owned those before you owned the car?
Yeah, so yeah, literally they came up for sale on Facebook Marketplace, and at the time I already knew that I wanted an F80, and I knew that they'd fit an F80, so I was like, I've got to have them. Yeah. So we had them, honestly, months. Really? Months before I got the car. Obviously I am a little bit biased as being a BMW fanboy of the highest order, but this is a lovely vehicle. You've also got the CT Carbon. What is this, a diffuser? Yeah, V-style diffuser with the carbon exhaust tips.
Oh, and the little carbon like winglet add-ons down here as well. The exhaust tips are super nice as well. Look at that. That's really smart. And we've got the V-style spoiler as well, which is newly fitted. Fitted that yesterday.
Yesterday,
love that. Actually, you told me you fitted another part yesterday.
Yeah, I did.
Let's have a look at the inside of this vehicle, because obviously it's kind of like, if I just come around here real quick, it looks like quite the murdered out car. It's got the tinted windows, black, the carbon everywhere. Obviously we've got silver wheels, but they contrast nicely. But as we open up in here and go inside this, you've got this incredible, like, it's almost like an off-white grey interior.
So Silverstone grey.
Silverstone grey interior, and it's just...
But it's basically white.
it does, I mean, in my eyes, if it's not in the shadows, it does look white. Can I sit in it? Is that right to hop in, yeah? Because, obviously, at your house I had a quick look around this, and you've got all of this carbon in here. And so you said some of this was standard, some of this is not, right? Yeah, so all the carbon up here, standard. The only bits that are not is the gear surround. And I need to get one of these for my car because I accidentally damaged mine like an idiot. So yeah, that is super nice. Obviously it's the 4-door one, so you get the rear seats as well for activities and people and fun things. And then you've got the black roof liner too. I assume that's a standard M3 thing, but that looks really nice as well. You said you haven't done anything to the engine yet, because I've kind of jumped on you straight away. You bought it and I was like, yo, can we do a video please? But yeah, so we'll do an update once you've got the
that'll be good.
Stuff,
nothing to the engine yet. I'm gonna hopefully be getting stage 1 and an exhaust before Werversea. So Werversea is in April, so I've got a bit of time.
You got a bit of time indeed. Cool.
Wait. You missed the best bit.
Oh, I did miss the best bit. I'm glad you're on the ball, because I'm definitely not. Yeah, this is why I wanted to show you in the car anyway. This is the new bar. Look at these carbon back seat covers. Are they like, how do they go on? Do they just clip over, do they?
Yeah, they just clip on.
That is so nice.
Yeah, they fit amazingly. Like, they slot in like OEM. They're just so
they go all the way down as well. Let's get that on there. Look at that.
So they're from the performance company.
Good old performance company. Oh, Indy. Look at that. That is so sick. I love that. I really like that. That is like a really nice little...
It's a subtle touch that I think it needed on the inside.
So you've got a couple of other little tiny mods on the car we should point out before we go off and drive like crazy lunatics.
We've got the black side badges.
Down here, yeah. They look awesome. And you said something about the grills as well,
Yeah,
right?
black grills. They were like the first thing that I did, because silver grills just aren't it.
Don't look at the front of my X5, please. And then round here as well. Oh yeah, you've got the black M3 badge on the back as well. I really like the blacked out vibes of the whip, but carbon. Love that. Where did you buy that from? I might get myself one.
BMW.
No way, really?
Yeah. And it has got to be the world's most pointless mod, but we move. Why do we do the things that we do?
I really like it. It's super cool. I think I need to buy one. Sweet. So before we jump into this, if you're new to the channel, please make sure you hit subscribe. That would mean a lot to the channel, and hopefully we'll be able to carry on doing many more of these in the future. Beth, we're now inside this beautiful machine of yours, and we've obviously gone over like the outside of it and had a little look on the interior and that. I love the carbon seat backs that you've literally just fitted today.
Literally this morning. So Jimmy from the performance company sent them out to me like yesterday. They arrived this morning, so I was out in the car sticking them on, and yeah, they look sick.
They're
so
really
happy with
nice.
them.
Yeah, they're super nice. So what made you go for the F80 M3? Because you had before this, am I right in saying you had an S1?
I did.
Yeah, cool. So, I didn't know if it was an A1 or an S1.
No, it was an S1, and I absolutely loved that car. Like, it was like it's one of the best cars I've ever driven. The handling, everything about it was just unreal. Mine was mapped, so it was stage 1. And I was gonna make it stage 2, but by the time it came around to me doing that, I just thought I want something a bit beefier, a bit bigger, a bit meaner. Like,
you'd had it a long time. As well,
yeah, I'd actually had it quite a long time.
Because I could remember before we'd ever even met, like you had that car.
Literally, I've always wanted an F80 M3 since they pretty much came out. Like, it's just been a dream car for me.
You've answered a question I didn't even get to ask you. I was going to ask you, like, did you? Yeah, cool. So these were like on your list of cars you really
100%.
wanted.
It's just one of them that I really wanted to own.
Yep.
And like now I do. So
cool. Well, what got you into cars initially?
Do you know what? I get asked that quite a lot, and there isn't a definitive answer for me. Like, my uncle's a mechanic, so my dad used to take me around to the garage after school and stuff. So I'd be sat around cars all the time. My uncle and my dad have always been into cars. My dad loves classic cars, so like he had a really old Rover. It was like a P5B Rover. I think that's.
I'm not a Rover boy at all.
But it was like white. It was like a wedding car.
Okay, cool.
And like I used to clean that with him. Loved that.
Sweet.
And just as soon as I could drive, I was like, I need to be in a car straight away. I need like to modify it straight away. And yeah, I jumped in a Lupo. And it was just from like accounts that I followed on Instagram. Okay. I just fell into like the Volkswagen kind of scene.
It's easy to do.
Yeah,
it's super
so big.
easy to do, and it's super easy, even on a budget, to build a cool Volkswagen. It's easy.
Exactly.
Like it's really. I think Volkswagens, Hondas, they're all great stepping stones into the modified car world. I think it's really cool that you're like super into it and that. Yeah. What's to come? Because this is a new car for you, right? Like, this is.
I've had it very long.
Yeah. I see it pop up on your Instagram, and I was like, yo, we're gonna have to do a video.
Yeah.
Like, this is sick.
When I posted it for the first time, it went mental. Like, I had so many messages. Like, I wasn't expecting it. So I don't know. I think it for some reason grabbed a lot of attention the first time I posted it, and I think it's a car that people probably didn't expect me to get. Like, I've always had an Audi or a Volkswagen. I've always had air and wheels. Like, this car is just a different game. It's completely different.
It is always funny when you see like the crowds that only know you because you own like an Audi. You know, then you buy a different brand car. They're like, oh, you've abandoned us. And it's like, how dare you buy a different brand car? Like I got that a lot when I moved from just having Hondas and ended up playing around with other stuff. But that's a different story, maybe for a podcast. But I'm a Beamer boy. I love these things, and these are what, like 425 horsepower, like standard, right? Like, so are they an inline 6 turbo?
I think so. I think so, yeah. Because you've got an E92, haven't you?
I have the V8 one, yeah. So Is this still standard map and all of that? Yeah,
it is. Cool. I am hoping to go stage 1 and get an exhaust before Worthesy next year.
When is Worthesy?
That is end of April.
Okay, and we're filming this in November, so you've got some time.
A little while. Yeah, so I'm hoping to go stage 1 exhaust before Worthesy, and then I'll eventually go stage 2. And I think that's probably as far as I'll go, but I don't know.
Yeah, well, wait and see. I think so far with all the carbon. Is all this carbon on the dash standard?
Yeah,
it
standard, it came like that. Yeah.
Really like this cover over the gear knobs. I might need to get that.
So these 2 bits I've added on.
Okay, cool. So what's your favourite mod you've done so far?
The wheels.
The wheels.
It's got to be. Well, it's difficult because the exterior carbon transforms the car. It looks like a completely different car.
Yeah, it really does.
But the wheels are just something else. They're my favourite wheels that I've ever owned. They're the nicest wheels I've ever owned. So yeah, I think it's got to be them. They after the exterior carbon.
They look so good. They really are such a beautiful.
They just suit the car.
Yeah,
they just look like they were made for the car.
Yeah, it does. I like the comparison in the interior. Like would it be white or grey?
It's Silverstone grey, I think.
It looks so white but grey. It's the same. It's so weird, but it's super nice. Like the comparison with the black.
When I was looking for it, I was like, it has to have white interior. It has to be black or grey, because I wanted that like dark murdered look. The white interior just sets it off. Yeah, it's really nice. And you said the reaction on Instagram and stuff's been really good. Obviously, that helps for your brand. It does. Yeah, definitely. I have to give her a shout out. Obviously, Beth's with Jordan, and I've known Jordan a very long time, Slam UK, which then obviously becomes friends through couples and that, don't we? So like, I really want to support your brand and all this, and obviously you had a whole situation when it was called a different name, and it's now been relaunched as... Yeah, so we've launched as White Tiger. Yep. If you follow me on Instagram already, you will have seen that it's everywhere. But yeah, so we were Lux Underwear, and we had a few trademark issues. It's very boring, so I'm not going to go into it. Go watch the Instagram video if you need to see there's an IGTV on my Instagram explaining it. But yeah, so we've relaunched as White Tiger. We've got a whole new loungewear range, and yeah, it's going really well. And this video is going to be released at the perfect time for you boys out there who I know are going to be about a lot. Out of my subscribers, 97% of you are boys, so I know that you're going to be watching, and I know because you're my subscribers, you're all going to have incredible girls in your life too. And if you don't, there's going to be one coming soon. So it's Christmas time, and you can grab something from. And there is a men's range. There's a men's range as well. See, I didn't even know that. We've got a range of men's boxers, so we've got black, white, and grey. So yeah, perfect Christmas presents for both of you. And the 3% girls. There you go. That's what you can buy your fellas. Yeah. There we go. Lovely. And I just think it's a really cool thing that you're going it alone. And obviously, I've lived that life for 10 years, so I know how hard it can be. So I want you to I've only been going for a year and a half as well. So doing really well. It's literally like every day is a school day. Like I'm just learning something new every single day, but I'm getting there. And you get to reap the rewards of the hard work, which is the nicest thing. I know like a lot of like the purist M3 fans. Go on, stick it again. This focus needs to get out of the way. Oh, it sounds so good. And that's standard exhaust as well. I know a lot of the purists were unhappy when they lost the naturally aspirated engines. Oh, this shit! Oh, you know what I mean? Like, as a standard car. Like standard. That's what when I first got in it, I was like, wow. Yeah, and that's what I was like in mine as well. Yeah. I was like, wow, this is fast. The way it puts the power down, so good. It's so good. And once I tell you what, I'm just gonna talk car shit for a second, but like once you've done all of like the mapping and probably the decats, I guess, like if I was you, I'd go straight to stage 2. I'd just get exhaust, decats, map, and just send it on it, because that's what I did on mine. Yeah. And oh my god, I'm just so excited for that drive to Worthesy on the Autobahn. Just send it. Oh yeah, that's the best bit about the whole thing for me, is the drive, and the fact that I now get to go in this. I'm so excited. Yeah. I think it's only fair as well we give Jord a shout out for his show next year, because obviously didn't get to do it this year. I am
not the fondest of going to lots of car shows, because obviously it's all, unless you're in like the scene, I don't really think you need to go to every single one. Gravity is one I make sure I generally tend to attend every year. I think
it's the best one.
The last one I went to, like I text Jord, I think I texted him on the way back from Driftland going, yo, I can make your show, can you get me in? And he managed to squeeze my car in on the show, and I drove it off the thing, and then he told me off because I drove it in dirty. He was like, go clean it. I was like, no, I don't, I'm just drifting it, geez, I don't want to. He was like, go fucking clean it. So I had to go and clean it, but like, I really rate Gravity Show. Check out the socials down below. They're it's a fantastic event, it really is. So also I noticed a little bit of the spec of the car, or Rennie, you've also got the Harman Kardon. Very
Another
posh.
thing that I was like, if the car doesn't have it, I'm not buying it. It was just one of those things that I wasn't going to compromise on.
Do you know, I said that about my X5 as well. I was like, I'm definitely not going to compromise on the sound system. I have to have the Harman Kardon sound system. The worst thing about my M3 is the sound system. And then I found this one and I could afford it. I was like, I don't do! But no, I am very, very jealous that you've got that sound system in.
It is good.
Very nice. I mean, we would demonstrate it, but we would definitely get copyright claims, so we definitely won't demonstrate it. But we can just imagine it's a good sound system.
How does it compare to the 92?
They're like completely different.
Really?
Yeah. I'll let you go in mine if you want one day, just try the differences. But like my E92 is like, I drove one of these. I drove a completely standard one of Mantis, and I was like, I actually put it in a video, and I said I really liked it, but not enough to get rid of my M3.
Yeah.
I think if my M3 didn't have I think the whole thing about my M3 though is I'm going to be overly biased with it because I wanted one for like 8 years before I bought one. Like it was always, that was my goal car. And then I didn't particularly want a white one, I wanted a yellow one, but the company that had a yellow one for sale wouldn't sell me. And I don't know why. I don't know whether it was a scam that they had going on, or I don't know if we can really. I mean, you should be able to compare them, but I think without me taking this car, unless I'm swapping cars for a week, I don't think it'd really be fair for me to say. But like, you've obviously got a much better updated dials on your dash. All the carbon stuff in here is really nice. You've obviously got the additional doors, so
just different car.
yeah, they're very different, but they're both great. Like that's the thing, I like both of them. You know, it's not like, oh, I'm not one of them, oh, I don't like that car. I like it. It's a really nice car, and it sounds amazing. Like, you know,
standard as well.
it doesn't have a V8, but it still has an insane engine that is just incredible. That sounds great out the factory. Like it sounds so good. I need to put an apology into you for a long time ago.
Oh.
and I didn't know if you'd remember it or not. So one of my friends, I won't embarrass him now, but he used to have the biggest crush on you ever. Like the biggest crush on you ever. And I used to be that guy that would tag him in all of your stuff.
Stop.
Yeah, like I'd be like, you'd post something up like, I can't remember what it was on Facebook, but you replied and just killed him. And it was the funniest thing. It was one of the funniest things that's ever happened. But I was like, when you got with Jordan, I was like, I wonder if she remembers me being a complete arsehole. Like I wasn't an arsehole towards you, it was just like winding him up. Like, it was so funny. So I apologise for being an immature arsehole, but I am still an immature arsehole, so it'll probably carry on going into the future, so I don't really apologise at all. So yeah, sorry about that. That brings this video to a close. Beth, thank you so much.
You're very welcome, thank you for having me.
Can you tell the people where they can find you and your brand?
Yeah, cool. My Instagram is at HXLSEY, which is my surname with an X. My name is not Hayley, because a lot of people think that my name's Hayley. But anyway, so you can find me there, and you can find my brand at White Tiger Label.
White Tiger Label, thank you very much for being a part of my video today. Hopefully everybody out there has enjoyed it. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel. There's gonna be plenty more stuff like this in the future. Let us know down below, what do you think to Beth's car? What should she do to it next? Bear in mind, this is a very new car to her, and it's just it's got so much potential. I'm so excited to see how crazy you go with it, because I think you'll do the stage 2 and then you'll be like, actually,
it's engine mods next, I think, and an exhaust has got to be.
Well, once you do that, we should redo this to see how it goes. Thank you very much everybody for watching, and please make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you again next time. Peace.